All right. Hello, everyone. Please let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. I'm waiting for it to come up on my YouTube so that I can mute myself before it starts talking to me. Okay. All right. So I'm live. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming um, to this workshop. I'm very, very nervous right now. Um, so excuse me if I stumble over my words a little bit, but I am extremely nervous. Okay. So it's almost the end of day 2 of the Authortube virtual retreat. So I have not been able to watch a lot of the streams, but I popped into a few. So it's been great. It's been a good time. So just let me know in the comments if you've been having fun, if you're good, if you learned a lot of nice information. I see people still coming in. Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm nervous. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started just so that I don't lose what little bit of sanity that I have. Okay, so this workshop is what not to do in publishing. So we're going to talk about specifically about mistakes that I have made in my 15 plus years of trying to get my work published or trying to be in the publishing world. Um, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into it. All right, so my name is Morgan Lee. I am a multi-genre author. So I have written fantasy, I've written science fiction, romance, trying to write a contemporary, and what else have I written? And I have started also a middle grade fantasy. So I do a lot of things. I was born and raised in Kansas City, and I started writing at the age of 6. And the 2 books on the screen are one of the books that I published in 2016, but then took down. And then Seed Among the Thorns is currently available on ebook only on Amazon. So that is a little bit about me. My mouth is getting dry. Okay. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. And we're going to go ahead. All right. So what is this workshop? So this workshop will take a look at my particular journey from what I have learned through my 15 plus years of pursuing publishing, emphasis on the pursuing part. And it's going to be more personal advice rather than the practical advice that I'm sure a lot of us have heard a lot of. And we're also going to be trying to pinpoint on choosing what publishing path is right for you, and hopefully create some kind of guide to creating a publishing plan specific for you. Awesome. Okay. Whew. Trying to calm down, everybody. Okay. So, who is this workshop for? And as that big hand says, it's for you. So I hope by the end of this workshop that you have a better understanding of the different options when it comes to publishing, as well as who you are and what you want. If you can't tell, I'm very, very invested in you as an individual, because I'll go into it more, but that is one of the main things that I want to focus on in this workshop, is what is going to work for you and how to discover what is going to work for you. So yeah, I pray that you won't have to spend years spinning your wheels like I have and being frustrated with trying to create your publishing dreams. Okay, so I'm gonna to pause a little bit just to look into the comments, see if I missed anything. No? Okay, we're good. All right. So let's continue on. So the goals and objectives, kind of already went over this, but my goal for all of you is to learn from my mistakes of publishing so you don't have to go through the same things. 2, discover a better idea, again, of who you are and what you want as it pertains to publishing. And 3, develop an outline for a career/publishing plan unique to you. All right, so in the description below, let me check to make sure it's there, but I have included a link to a Google Doc that you can make a copy of. And it's the workbook that goes along with this workshop. So if you are able to now, you could open that up and fill that out as we go along. But this is what it looks like. Let me go ahead and start sharing that screen. I'm going to stop my PowerPoint and see if I can share the document. Okay, so this is what the document looks like. It's what not to do in publishing workbook, and we're gonna take us to our steps through the workbook as I go throughout the PowerPoint. So it's there in the description. If you want to download it, you can do it now. You can do it later, whenever you want to do it. If you want to watch this workshop back later and then fill it out. Okay. So I'm going to, again, share my PowerPoint so I can get back to that. Okay, so we went over that. And, okay, I also wanted to include this. Sorry, I wanted to include this scripture, so I hope it's not offensive or anything to anybody. But I thought it was relevant. So it says, "So don't follow me without considering what it will cost you. For who would construct a house before sitting down to estimate the cost to complete it? Otherwise, he may lay the foundation and not be able to finish. The neighbors will ridicule him, saying, 'Look at him, he started to build but couldn't complete it.'" And then in red, I put, "Count the cost." So the purpose of me reading that was to pick out that part, to count the cost. The main thing that has been the bane of my existence when trying to publish and trying to be successful in this was that I did not count the costs before I sat down to work. I didn't think about beta readers. I didn't think about sensitivity readers. I didn't think about the book cover design. I didn't think about editing. I didn't think about any other key part to actually publishing a book. I didn't sit down and count the cost. I was just going off of my feelings. I was going off of the passion that I had to create something. And that ultimately led to my many years of just spinning my wheels and not creating anything of substance. So I just wanted to include that. I want you to keep that in the back of your mind. You don't have to remember the scripture, of course, but count the cost. You need to be able to sit down and actually start to build this foundation, because you can't build a house. You can't successfully create this publishing career that you want without a solid foundation, without sitting down and counting the cost of what exactly it's going to cost you. And that's finances, that is time, that's skill, like whatever whatever. You need to sit down and count the cost of what that's going to be. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if you guys are with me and following, okay? All right, so I have an analogy here. Are you a Mr. Krabs or are you a Plankton? Let me explain. So if you're a Plankton, instead of building your own, you are chasing after the platform and success that someone else has. You're hungering for a secret formula, for how they did it instead of creating something wonderful for yourself. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay. And if you're a Mr. Krabs, you're unwilling to see other creators as allies instead of enemies. You're pushing other people down out of fear that there won't be enough success for you. Bottom line, don't be a Mr. Krabs and don't be a Plankton. Because spoiler alert, there is no secret formula. There is no one right way. There is no magic path that's going to take you from where you are to success. It's not going to be emulating a person you look up to the point where you're just trying to be a carbon copy of them. So I just want you to keep that in the back of your mind, because one of the main things we're talking about here is you're looking externally for your goal, and you're making your success based on another person, if that makes sense. So don't be Mr. Krabs, don't be Plankton, because there is no secret formula, and you too can be successful. There's room for all of us in this creative world. You don't have to push other people down, and you don't have to steal from other people and try to make them what they have into what you want. So I hope that makes sense. I thought it was like, I don't know. I felt like an epiphany, like a light bulb went off when I thought of that. So yeah, I hope that is good. I need to take a drink of water because I'm talking a lot. Okay, what's next? All right, so let me check the comments really quick. Thank you. Just reading Matthias's comment, said I was planning to take a break from workshops, and then I saw you presenting how cool this topic was, and now I can't. Oh, thank you. And Dania says, oh gosh. Oh, I hope you can't hear my husband screaming on his video game. I really hope you can't hear that. But anyway, I just wanted to check the comments, see how you guys were doing. All right, so now I'm gonna go into my list of don'ts and some little story time. Okay, so first don't is don't publish your first draft. I'm pretty sure we all have heard of this advice. Don't publish your first draft. Don't finish your book and then just ship it out because you can, okay? Take your time, edit, revise, send it off to beta readers, have another person's eyes on it other than yourself. Second one, don't design your own cover if you don't know how. And I include the caveat, you don't know how, because there are some people who can create fantastic covers. And there's some people like me who cannot. So I want to share this picture. Holy pomegranate. How do I do that? And if you didn't catch that, I said pomegranate because it's a word. Might be the secret word. I don't know. But yeah. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. I'm trying to throw in my secret word. But let me see if I can share the screen of my covers. Where's the picture? My entire screen, a Chrome tab. I can't share my picture. Okay, fine. Can I share a picture? Oh, there it is. Right? Oh gosh. I messed something up. Okay, it won't let me share the picture. But it was a picture of the 4 different covers that I had for my book. I'll link it somewhere so you can see how I designed my own 4 different covers for one book. and it was just bad. And I published all of them is the problem. And I published them all under different ISBNs. Also, don't do that. Okay, next one, don't skimp out on the research. And when I say that, it's like research of how the publishing process works. So I probably can't share this with you either, but I had a picture of a query letter that I sent when I was 19 years old, and it's like 500 words, and it's just a big block of text of just bad synopsis. And I was sending this all around to lots of different agents, and I didn't take the time to actually, study how query letters were supposed to go or anything. I just found a template and I was like, okay, this is how a query letter goes, and I just did it. Take your time, please. You don't have to rush. Publishing is not going out of style, no matter what people tell you. It's not. Okay, I'm trying to, well, I guess I don't have to rush, but okay, now the next one, don't compare yourself to another author. All right, with this, I wanted to tell you the story of what happened when I was about, I think, 19 years old, when two of my friends decided they were going to write a book together, and they were going to put it up on Facebook. They started their own page. They put up a chapter a week so that they would have it like, okay, we'll post a new chapter if we get 25 comments. And they were doing that. And they were so successful with that. Like they had a following, they had fandom, they had character art, they were doing the thing. And I was so jealous. I was so angry because I was like, that is my thing. I am the writer in this friendship group. Like, why are they getting all this? And then I tried to emulate them. I tried to do what they were doing, and it just wasn't working for me. And I couldn't understand why, but because I was just trying to emulate them and do what they were doing. Again, don't recommend it. Sherry asked, what do I mean by don't waffle? What I mean by don't waffle is don't go back and forth with your publishing decisions. So don't have my books to show you because I can't show my picture on the StreamYard. But don't waffle means like, okay, so one day I decided my author name was going to be Morgan Johnson because that was my maiden name. And then then I decided it's going to be Morgan Lee J. And then I decided it's going to be Morgan Lee. And then I picked a random pen name and started publishing stuff under that. And nothing was consistent. I wasn't consistent on like my Amazon author page and my Goodreads page and my website. Like nothing was cohesive. Nothing made sense. So when I say don't waffle, don't go back and forth. Don't, sorry, people are talking about pancakes and waffles. I'm pretty sure I use that word right. I tend to use words that I think I know the meaning of and I don't. But what I mean by waffle is like, don't go back and forth with your decisions. Be clear, be concrete. Let's see. Don't get caught up on labels. Don't look outward for your validation. Don't think that free is always better and vice versa, that expensive is better. That's not good wording. That's not a good sentence. But what I mean by that one is just because something is free doesn't mean that it's good. So like free, create space ISBNs. For a free cover, someone says they're going to design your cover for free. Someone says they're going to edit your book for free. Does not always mean that it's good that you go with that. And just like expensive, because I know people who have paid thousands of dollars for editing and their books were not edited correctly. So what with that, I guess, do your research. Don't what am I saying? Don't always go with the free option, and don't think you'll have to pay thousands upon thousands of dollars to get anything of quality, anything good. Okay, we're at 20 minutes. Let me go ahead and go back through these. Don't be afraid to break or bend the rules. Don't buy into the secret formula that there's only one way for you to achieve your success. Don't envy another person's process or progress, which I kind of already covered. And don't follow the crowd. I skipped some in there, like don't expect perfection. Don't confuse your identity. Don't burn your bridges. With that, what I mean by don't burn your bridges. Okay. Don't ghost your editors. So if you're having a conversation with somebody and they're going to either read your book or you're talking about editing services or you're talking about cover design, don't ghost people. Be respectful enough to say, hey, I'm not going to go with you this time, or it's a little too expensive for me, or I'm looking for something else. Don't ghost people because they're trying to make money too. So when you are having an email exchange with somebody and you're trying to exchange services and you just fall off the face of the earth, that's kind of shady. And if you were to ever need that person in the future, now you can't go back. Say they are a really great editor and your finances now are better so you can actually afford this person. But now you burned your bridge. Now you can't contact them because they're like, oh, I remember this person. Maybe they'll be a nice person and they'll say, okay, we can still work together. But I mean, I wouldn't. If I was, having an email exchange with somebody and we're talking business and we're gonna, we're up to the point of signing contracts and stuff like that, and then I don't hear anything, that's bad business. That's bad professionalism, and it can hurt you in the long run. So don't burn your bridges. And I say that from experience. Everything I say from experience. Because I have burnt my bridges. I have done all of these things. And so I feel like I was the perfect person to give this workshop. Let's see. Don't judge your fellow authors. And what I mean by that is don't talk about people. Be kind. Like I said with the Plankton and Mr. Krabs thing, is we're not your enemies. Like there's enough readers, there's enough. Just because you sold a fantasy book doesn't mean I can't sell a fantasy book. Like we're in this together, especially on this in this community. We are really in this together. We can collab with each other. So don't look at somebody and say, oh, why are they successful? Why does their channel have so much success and then mine only has 5 subscribers? And you're looking at it wrong. That's an opportunity for a relationship, a business relationship. You could, I don't know, you guys, maybe you could collab on a book one day. Whatever. Just don't judge your fellow authors from a place of saying that they are somehow not worthy of their success, or it should be you, or something like that. Just be respectful, yes, and don't judge your fellow authors. Okay, don't listen to the have-tos because there's exceptions to every rule, and don't forget who you specifically are. Woo, okay. Talking a lot. Okay. All right. So we're going to start going through this workbook that I created. Okay. So let's see. What's next on my slide? Okay. So the workbook. The first section of the workbook is defining who you are. If anybody in the comments can let me know If anybody opened a copy of the workbook, I'm going to go back and make sure I didn't miss anything in the comments. But let me know if you download the workbook or you will later, and then I can just go through what's in it. Okay, Sherry asks, so you mean make a decision and stick to it, don't argue with yourself? Yes. So, I mean, you can't change your mind every single week is what I was doing. And like playing with the name of my book title, and then, or deciding I was going to create a publishing company, and then I was going to name it this, and then no, I'm going to name it this. Just to where nothing was consistent and nobody was, yeah. So just make a decision and stick to it. So yeah, basically, hope that makes sense. All right. Yeah. I'm looking at Keelan's comment. So yeah, free does not equal good, but neither does expensive, because again, research. And Manifest My Wellness said, this is great information. I appreciate this very much. Thank you so much, because I was very nervous about this whole thing. Dania says, keyword, be respectful. Okay, you got the workbook open. Oh my gosh, thank you, Keelan, so much. She says it's amazing. Okay, we're gonna go through it now. All right, so I've split the workbook up into, I think, three or four sections. And the first section is defining who you are. If you couldn't tell, I'm kind of obsessed with people figuring out their true identities and being true to themselves. So what I included in this part, I included a bunch of like personality tests, because those things help me to piece together like what is going on with me. And helps me understand myself a little bit better. So let me share the workbook so I can go through it that way. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying this. Like, I was so nervous. I was like almost physically sick. Okay, so the first part is defining who you are. So I included like a little disclaimer here, and it just says, like, not knowing who you are is one of the most detrimental obstacles to overcome in regards to success and making the most out of your life. It wasn't until I started to work on myself personally, discovering and just understanding who I was, that I realized what I wanted out of my life, and especially for my writing career. So I won't read that whole thing, but I included just like spaces for you to think about like your Myers-Briggs personality. There's a quiz called the 4 Tendencies. I included a space for neurodivergence. So if you have a diagnosis of anything, or you are intellectually different, but like, you know, neurodivergent. If you're neurodivergent, if you have like what your personal values are, because, you know, how you'll create your publishing success or whatever, or how you'll create a plan also has to do with your values. Like, do you value family? Then you might want to have more family time, and that might take away from your writing time. So that's just something that you would have to know. Do you value freedom and financial freedom? You might have to reassess your writing career to reflect that. So just different things like that. I included an astrological birth chart. That might be your thing. I'm not sure. And then at the end of that section, I included journaling activities that you could go through. All right. So, and then anything else that you would use to define yourself. Okay. Yeah, I was going to like give time for you to fill it out now, but I feel like this is something that you would have to do not in in an hour. So let me know if you would like time now to, I guess, like thumb through each section. I have a 5-minute timer like ready to go if you just wanted to, I don't know, jot down your initial thoughts or anything like that. Because I'm going to talk myself out. But anyway, let me know. Okay. So then that is the first section. Just diving deep, getting to know yourself, getting to understand how you operate, how you work, what's going on in your head, what's important to you, because those things will affect how you move through publishing. And yeah, okay. I'm going to go into the next section. And if you guys want time to fill it out, just let me know. Okay, defining what you want. And this, I do kind of want everybody to put their answer in the chat because it might be interesting to see what everybody's definition of success is, and how you measure success. Those are the first 2 questions of this section of the workbook. Because it's not a textbook answer. It's not, oh, success is having this much money, success is selling this many books, success is having a book deal, success is making a movie. What is success for you? Okay, so Sherry said she would do the workbook later. Good, it's great. But yeah, I would like you all to answer in the comments what your definition of success is. And then I probably will have time at the end, so we might do the 5 minutes and just jot down like our initial thoughts, and then I'll go over my thoughts. But I'm just gonna go through the workbook first. So yeah, thinking out loud. But yeah, so what is your definition of success? Are you trying to make a certain amount of money? Are you trying to be financially free and independent where you don't have to worry every week if your bills are going to be paid? I mean, I think we all want that. Is it getting a movie deal? Is it having your books turned into TV shows? Is it just giving it to your friends and family? Whatever is success for you. It's not the same for everybody else, is basically what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to read everybody's answers first before I go on to the next part. Okay, so Manifest My Wellness says, for me, it's being able to chase my dreams every day. That's nice. Yes, I completely agree with that. I think, yeah, just like with life and all of our responsibilities, it gets hard, at least in my personal life, for me to always make time for my dreams when you have everything like going on. So yeah, I agree with that 100%. Morgan says, make enough to pay my bills, having people I don't know tell me what my book meant to them. Yes, agree and agree. I want my books to make a difference. So yeah, that's amazing. And Sherry says, success for me is when I have a book published and being able to hold it in my hands. Oh, that's a great feeling. That is a really great feeling. Holding your book in your hands is amazing. And Matthias says, I think my definition of success is making enough money to live off of while doing something I love. Getting to tell stories I want to tell is important to me too. Yes, I completely agree. That is, yeah, that's a good definition of success. And Keelan says, my definition of success is working for myself. Doesn't necessarily have to be writing, but I want to be my own boss. And writing will always be a part of that. Doesn't have to be only writing. These are great. I'm so happy with how this workshop is going. I was very nervous. I said that 5 million times, but I was. Okay, Eva says, my definition of success is enjoying not only what I'm doing, but what I'm finishing. Ooh, finishing. Let me tell you, girl, finishing's hard. Okay, my definition of financial success would be writing, earning, sorry, brain went somewhere. My definition of financial success would be writing, earning enough that my partner no longer had to work. That is a great definition of success. Devin says success is check marks on my social media account. Oh yeah, and Funko Pops with my characters. Oh, that's really cool. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. And Danya says having my own business and doing something I love. All right. Oh, got another one. Charlie says success for me is publishing my books and being able to live off my work. Yes. Okay. So I think knowing our definition of success is one of the most important things because for everyone, it's different. So as you all saw and heard, nobody had the exact same definition of success because we're all individual people with individual goals and individual desires. And knowing that will help you put yourself on the right path where you're not trying to emulate somebody else. That's the thing I want to just really drive home is that your definition of success is what's going to drive you. Your motivation, your why behind what you're doing is so important. So important. Okay. So the next part that I have in the workbook, it goes over your author platform, your path to publishing, and what you want your outcome to be. So with that, I included that because it can get kind of like messy because we feel like because Authortube is such a big thing that we have to, I mean, this might just be me feeling this way, but that we have to make a YouTube channel. Like we have to have this platform or whatever platform it is, like we have to be on everything in order to have a nice author platform. So I just included this section just so you can choose the platforms that you love and the platforms that work for you. And then so you can start brainstorming on how you will increase those platforms and how you can use it for your writing. And then path to publishing. Do you want traditional? Do you want indie/self-publishing? And at the bottom is just a short list of like pros and cons of each of them. And what outcome do you want to have? Are you striving for bestseller status, or are you going just for a few copies just to, I don't know, put in your library and say and be proud of your accomplishments? Whatever, there's no right or wrong answer. Like it's whatever you want. So I just want you to get clear about what it is that you want. So that's the purpose of this workbook, is to get very clear about what you want. Okay, and then this is just a section, like a subsection of counting the costs and the level of commitment that it's going to take to make sure these things happen in your life. So I included two sections, time and money, because most things take time and money. So how much time can you devote to the following? So how much time can you devote to writing, editing, promotion, marketing, research, all that fun stuff? How much time in your either like weekly or daily schedule can you devote to making your dream a reality, to getting closer to that level of success that you outlined earlier? How much time can you individually put in for this? And get really clear, like really emphasize, like don't say, oh, I can spend 3 hours a day just writing. And it's like, can you really spend that much time writing? Can you really write every single day? Be realistic of what is possible for you. Okay, and then under money, I have a space for where you can start researching financially what it's going to cost for you to produce a book. So this whole workshop is kind of, it's not totally geared toward indie publishing, but I know more about indie publishing because that's the path that I chosen. Got lost because I read a comment, but it will just give you an idea of how much money you would have to invest. And it might make you think, well, maybe this path isn't feasible for me at this time. Just get realistic is what I want you to do, because I was very in the clouds and like, I'm just gonna write and everyone's gonna flock to me, and it might not happen that way. So yeah, there's developmental editing, line editing, formatting, marketing. You guys know how to read. Everything that might cost money. I might have missed something, but yeah, there you go. So I just talked a lot. Any questions on that part? Let me know. Keelan says, I love the space for budgeting. Woo! Yay. I worked really hard on this workbook, guys. Sorry, I'm trying not to say guys anymore, but that's besides the point. So yeah, just let me know if you have any questions so far. And I think this part of the workbook is my favorite because it's what's holding you back. And a lot of stuff can hold us back. So, okay, I'm gonna check the comments one more time before I start talking about this because I'm gonna get distracted. No questions? Oh, wait. Eva said 14 hours total. Don't say ugh, okay? If that's what you can do, then I say celebrate that and do what you can. Because we're not in, I don't know. I think 14 hours total. I don't know if you mean like a week or like a month, but anytime you can, anytime you can write or work on your passion is time well spent, in my opinion, no matter how long or how short it is. So, yeah, I just say be proud of that, of whatever you create in that time. Yeah. Okay. Eva says this is great. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, guys. Thank you. Thank you for saying thank you. I mean, you're welcome. I'm sorry. You're welcome, and thank you for enjoying it and liking what I'm doing. Okay. Keelan says, any tips for not blowing your self-pub budget? Let me see. What tips do I have on not to blow your budget? Okay, so one of the tips that I do have is, because we have such a talented, awesome community here, I would say to make sure that you utilize your community. I haven't done this myself, but I've heard Authortube friends, like say someone is a freelance editor and then someone is doing cover design, that they will swap talent. That's an option, depending on if that person is willing to do that. What else? Again, like with the community aspect, asking your friends, asking people in the community if they have like an editor that they love, or because in the past, I've used Goodreads to try to find editors, and I mean, that's a great tool, but I feel like I'm getting off topic. But anyway, budgeting. Any tips for not blowing my budget? So like with ISBNs, I would go ahead and buy like the bulk ISBNs. I think there's like 10 for like, I want to say it's $300 in the US, maybe. So I would do that. And then, again, like exchanging talents with your talented author friends, creator friends. And what else costs a lot of money? I mean, editing, cover design are the things that, again, practical advice that you shouldn't try to skimp on. But stuff like editing, formatting, there's a lot of us in the community that know how to do things and that would be willing to help. You know, I scratch my back, you scratch yours type of thing. And so another tip I have is to actually create the budget, because I have said, oh, I've operated completely without a budget. And I have no idea how much money that I spent on my book, Seed Among Thorns. So I would say actually writing it down is a nice way to stick to the budget. Okay. I think that's all I have. I might come up with some more, but let's see. I'm going to go to the next comment. Matthias says, after I download the workbook, would you recommend adding new parts for additional costs? Yes, I would. I mean, I didn't include everything. So yes, definitely when you edit it, I would add additional spots for anything else that you could that you might need to spend money on. That it was kind of just like a quick brain dump. So yes, I highly suggest if you know of something that you need to add to a section, go ahead and add it. Let's see. I say guys too much. I've been trying to change it to friends. Yes, I've been saying you all, but yeah, I try to catch myself every time I say it. Okay. Oh, StreamYard went. I now know what you guys mean when you say StreamYard jumped, because I don't stream that much, but it just jumped. I don't know what this comment is in regards to, Keelan, so let me know. Yes, so I answered that question. Hi, Doll. That's really valid, Morgan. Every hour is an hour towards things. I have limited time, but it's my biggest hurdle. 14 is better than 10. Yes. Celebrate any time you could spend. Sherry says 30 hours a week with writing, researching so far. Don't know about editing yet. Okay. Ty says, I can't remember if retracting your message makes it disappear for the person hosting the stream. So sorry if I just asked the same question 3 different times. It's totally okay. Keelan, is there a way we can tip you for the workbook? This is a lot of work and it'd be cool to support a fellow author. Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know how I would do that. I mean, I have a PayPal account. I have, what do you call it? Zelle. I don't know. I'll see if I can figure that out. If you know how to make that work, yeah, I mean, you guys don't have, you don't have to, but I don't know, but, oh, that was sweet. My tip for staying in budget is to say, to say no, your budget is your budget, right? Okay, Keelan says, yeah, I need to break down my budget for sure and write it down. Great tip, thank you. Pronoun I, it definitely is a lot of work. You put so much effort in it. Oh, thank you. After all the overthinking, you can still read all the originals anyway. Okay, I best stop rambling now. Oh, the because that's me was about blowing my budget. Oh, yeah. I blow my budget too. Okay, I think I've read through all the comments. Let me know if I missed anything. Okay, so I have 10 minutes left. If you didn't get the secret word, pomegranate. Okay, so I want to go through the section really quick because I think it's really important. It's what is holding you back. So I included sections about limiting beliefs, comparison trap, imposter syndrome, physical limitations, financial limitations, personal flaws, and a space for you to write down your intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So what's motivating you from the inside and the outside. So with this, I just wanted to kind of hit all the points, like mental, emotional, physical, like it says there. Because I think limiting beliefs is a big one because we've been told things and programmed like through our childhood and believing things that aren't true and don't serve us. So recognizing those things is very important in my opinion. And then comparison trap and imposter syndrome, you guys, I'm pretty sure you know. I said it again. Physical limitations, like for me personally, I have chronic illnesses, so I can't do everything all the time. Financial limitations because things take money. And I'm a procrastinator, just stuff like that. Okay, I'm talking really fast. Okay, but I just wanted to make sure I got everything. Okay, I'm gonna go back through comments really quick. Bonnie download the workbook. Yeah. Okay. If you figure out a tipping system, maybe put it in the description of the video. Yes, if I figure that out, I will put that in there. And just thank you guys for, I said it again. Oh my gosh. Thank you for offering. Just thank you. Eva says, oh, fun section. And she said, not fun, but enlightening and useful, making me call myself out. Yes, I don't know. I'm not a therapist, but I've been doing a lot of self-work. So it's become like super important to me. And I think everybody should do it. Sorry, I just read ahead. Manifest My Wellness says you can post PayPal link and people can make a donation for your work time and benefiting from your experience for this session. Okay, thank you. Ava says, no Patreon? No, I don't have a Patreon. I could start one. I had one set up that I was going to start, but I never went ahead with it. Yeah. Doll says, yes, preach. Self-limiting beliefs are a huge hurdle. Yes, they are. Disabled and poor. Hi, I get you. Yeah. Yeah. I struggle with crippling fear. You're not alone in that at all. Matthias says, I like y'all as an alternative to guys, though I worry sometimes that's me stealing from, I don't know what that is, but it's a really convenient word. Yeah, I agree. I love it, truly. Also, your website is great. If I see no way to give you money, guess I'll just have to buy your books. Thank you. Okay, so all those books on my website are not technically for sale. Those are I only have one technically for sale at this moment because, fear made me unpublish my books. And, also fear didn't make me. You know what I mean. Okay, I have 5 minutes left. I just want to run through this really quick, and then I'm going to ask you guys for final questions. So the last part of the workbook says how to move forward in finding what works for you. So I have a little chart here, and it says the 5 W's. If you went to school, which I'm sure all of you did, 5 W's and the H. So asking who, what, when, where, why, and how. So it just has a list of questions for you to reflect on. You can put your answers there, and then you can put how you're going to make that happen or how you can implement that into your publishing plan and your life and everything like that. And yeah, there's just a lot of good questions there. You can add more questions if you think of some more. And dun, da, 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 that's it. That's it for the workbook. Oh, African American Vernacular English. I didn't know that acronym. I learned something today. Okay, I'm going to share my PowerPoint again. I mean, don't know why, but I'm going to share it again. Yeah, so those are the sections: defining who you are, defining what you want, what's holding you back, and how are you going to move forward. And I included this because I've been into self-help lately. And this is Eileen, since she's been my, I guess, inspiration for creating a workbook like this, because she has a lot of workbooks. And I just wanted to throw that in there. And then there's a big list of publishing resources. Don't know why I included that either, but that is it. That is all for my workshop. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I said it again. I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know in the comments your final questions, because we have 4 minutes left, maybe like 3 minutes left before the next one. And I'll figure out how to get like a PayPal link or something, donation tab thing. You guys might have inspired me to start a Patreon. I said it again. Oh my. You might have inspired me to start a Patreon. Who knows? But yeah. So, Ava has a question. Yay. Was it fun creating these resources? You speak of fear, and I found sometimes after pushing through, it's still scary, but worth it. Yes. Okay. I agree. So yeah, I was very, very, very afraid of doing this because I kept thinking I didn't have anything to say. I kept thinking no one's going to find any value in this. This workbook's stupid. And I just kept thinking all these things. So yeah, I was very afraid. And I'm so glad that I did it. It was very validating, not validating. It was fun and I enjoyed it. And I'm so happy that it helped other people. So yes, it was very fun. And I'm glad that I did it. Keelan had to step out for dinner, but I think she's back. Thank you so much. You're very, very talented. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. You guys are so nice. Thank you for your time and effort with this workshop. Keelan's back. Maybe a Kobo account. I'll look into that because I'm not sure what that is, but I'll put it in the description. Sherry says, thank you. You did a great job. Thank you for being here. And yeah, if you do Patreon, add it to your videos. I tend to click from there over other places. Awesome. Ty says, yes, thank you so much for your time and work you put into this workbook. I think it might be exactly what I need and have needed for a long time. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to hear that. Yay. I use guys all the time and I've really been trying to get away from it too. It's so tough. Yes, it is tough. Appreciate your time and effort. You're welcome. Make a Ko-fi. Don't know what that is either, but I will look into it. Oh, wait. Doll says, thank you. You're very welcome. Keelan, folks can tip there. Okay. On Ko-fi. Okay. And Eve says, great workshop. Keep telling us stuff, even when you're not sure you have anything to say, because I think you're wrong and you have lots to say. Thank you. And Keelan says, Ava, you're awesome. And yes, you are awesome. You guys are all awesome. And thank you so much for being here. Okay, so that is the end of my time. I'm going to sign off I'll be on the self-publishing panel at 8 o'clock, well, 8 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock Eastern. So you'll see me over there. And again, thank you for being a part of my first workshop. I'm happy I did it, and you guys are great and amazing. And I wish you nothing but the best in all of your dreams and endeavors. Bye, guys. Bye.